What's going on, YouTube? We are back with another video today. We have a guest today. He will be sharing his testimony, kind of what God has done in his life and being able to boast about the things that he's been through. So if you want to introduce yourself, big dog.
Hey, my name is Tyson. I'm 18. I'm from here in Kansas City, Missouri, and I'm excited to be up on this podcast with you, man.
Come on,
I'm
bro.
excited, man. I'm excited. I get to share my story.
Yes. So yeah, I'm excited to hear it, man. So I've heard some good things about it, man. So I've heard some powerful things going on and within what God has done, for you and through you. So basically, you can start off wherever you want to. If there's a specific time, obviously, and you can just start it off and go wherever you feel comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I think if we sharing a testimony, I think it's only right if you start from the very beginning.
Yeah.
A little bit after conception, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit after that, but we're gonna start somewhere.
It's important.
So I was born here in Kansas City, Missouri, more specifically Lee Summit. I grew up, both parents in the household for the first few years of my life. We was pretty affluent, not overly affluent, but like we was, living in a upper scale area of Lee Summit. Like grew up, good neighborhood, close knit. And then when I was like 3 years old, some things with my father had happened, and he ended up losing his job where he was working. I was working at an industrial distribution plant or industrial distribution company called Dynabrade at the time, and he was like a regional manager. And he ended up losing his job, and my parents ended up getting divorced through that. And so with that, it brought a lot of economic hardship through that. And so growing up, I never really had like the per se like idea of what like a true family or like true like financial stability looked like, because my mom was like always trying hardest to put food on the table. My dad was doing the same thing. He was trying to hustle to make sure that we had food where we were. But I didn't realize that for sure. Like my parents did a very good job of like making sure that I did not know that we were struggling financially. But as I got older, it started to get more prevalent. But because of the divorce, I'm kind of bouncing around a little bit right now, but I'm like 3 here. So because of the divorce, I kind of moved around a little bit, whether that was in the city or whether I was with my parents or other family. Like I spent time all over the place. I spent time in Davenport, Iowa, Buffalo, New York. Like I spent a lot of time just moving around, and never really even got settled into a spot with my dad, at least until I was like 5 or 6. My mom settled back in a place in Lee Summit, while my dad, we kind of moved around townhome to townhome, apartments, like just really everywhere. Like I think we moved like 3 times within the span of like 6 to 8 months. Like we were kind of always bouncing. We were kind of always just like trying to find, that spot. And eventually he settled into a neighborhood on the south side of the city in Jeffries, which is off of Redbridge Road, which is about like 2 blocks away from another neighborhood called Ruskin Heights. And so had both. Like it was definitely weird growing up. I don't really know how to explain it. Like I didn't really realize that it was weird until I started going to elementary school, because the elementary school I went to is called Prairie View, and everybody was like upper middle class, and so like I never really fit in. Like that mixed with like I have ADHD, so like I was always fidgety. I had anger issues as well, so I was always just like all over the place. Like even you can hear how I'm talking now, I'm kind of all over the place, like just maneuvering. And going through school, it was tough for me to find community. It was tough for me to find friends because of how hyperactive I was. I was always talking the most, or I would be throwing chairs, on a random Tuesday in the middle of March. That's not like, friend behavior. You don't want to look over. It's like, oh, there's T. Oh, he's got a table. And now he's, yelling at the teacher from across the room because he was talking to some random person in the corner. But so it was tough for me to find community. And what was tougher was finding relatability with everybody else growing up, because like they would have like, oh, we're going to go home and we're going to get on, the PS4 just came out. We're going to go get on the PS4 and we're going to go play, 2K or Madden. But like at the house, like I don't got that. Like I got a Nintendo 2DS that I got when I was like 9. And so it's like nobody else really had the same kind of experiences as me, except for people that didn't like, that didn't, I don't know how to say this, but like didn't look like me, or like weren't the normal people that like people at my high school that looked like me were hanging out with. And so like I kind of got grouped into a like a multiple different facets, whether that be like kid with anger issues, whether that be a kid who's like they started calling me like broke and poor when I was like in 5th and 6th grade. You know how kids is, they gonna be the harshest people on earth.
Yeah.
But so I was like bullied through 4th and 6th grade, and so that was definitely tough. Like I never really truly knew what community or like love felt like from like a friendship perspective, and so I was always seeking that. But at the same time, like I did grow with church. Like I want to bring this back to a church perspective. Like my dad ran recovery small groups for addictions, whether that be like alcohol, gambling, drugs, porn, for like 4 or 5 years when I was growing up. But I never felt like he was really a good representation of like what a man of God is supposed to be in my life, because we, like me having anger issues, I got them from him.
Yeah.
Like we would go at it. Like we were going at it all the time. And so, you know, never really felt like I had a true connected relationship with my dad. Like I always felt like, you know, I was like a ticking time bomb when I was over there. That, and then like my mom, we were kind of like, you know, the prototypical family, like, you know, the prototypical, you know, churchgoers. Like we go maybe like once every 3 months, twice every 3 months, but we were always there on Easter and Christmas. Like, you know, the two big days, you know, what they call it, you know, the Super Bowls of Christianity.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
You're there on Easter, you're there on Christmas. And so we were always there on that. So I would go to youth group. I did have a couple of friends that I had through Boy Scouts.
Okay.
So I had a couple of friends I had through Boy Scouts that I would go to. Shout out my boy Micaiah. But we would go, and but I never really took it seriously. I mean, I was like 8 years old. I never really had a good grasp. I didn't have like a really big faith life at home. Like I was just kind of like doing me. And so, you know, it was never really built on much more substantially than, oh, Jesus died on the cross, my sins, I'm saved, you know, like Moses split the Red Sea, you know, Samson. I really was obsessed with Samson. I really wanted to be strong. Like, I know that. I was like really obsessed with, like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be big and strong like Samson. You know, the hoodie's hiding it, but it ain't work. I'm like 135 pounds soaking wet. Like it didn't really work.
It's working for Jaden. You know?
It worked for Jaden back there, you know? It worked for him. But nah, so I found a lot of outlet with like some of the stuff that was going on in school with sports, whether that be watching them. Like I'm a big sports guy. Like I grew up, you know, like Sundays, like my family is definitely sports. My mom loves baseball, so we was watching the Royals. I fell in love with the Phillies. My dad is, you know, he's from Buffalo, New York, Western New York raised. Shout out to 716, by the way. But he's from Buffalo. And so I grew up a Bills fan. Like, you know, I grew up watching Tyrod Taylor, like some of those guys. So I fell in love with sports at a young age, and I played it. I played baseball. I was pretty good. At least I think I was. You know, hindsight is 2020. You know, I didn't really have a bat, but definitely, like, I played it for years, from when I was like 5 to when I was in latter half of my 7th grade year, and like it was always an outlet, but it would, like, my anger would seep through. Like I think 2 of the biggest problems for me growing up was no community and anger. Like I had a lot of built up anger from everything in my life, whether that be the kids at school, whether that be whether that just be you know, parents. Like I got family troubles, you know, not feeling no connection. Like I'm just mad about a lot of stuff. Like, why don't I have close friends? Like I have like 2-3 close friends. Like everybody else got these friend groups. They going to hang out with people on the weekends. I ain't hanging out with nobody on the weekends.
Right.
So, and it was definitely tougher too once I left elementary school, because the friends that I did have, my elementary school, Prairie View, was very sectioned off by school. They had redrawn the school borders. So I was originally supposed to go to Lee Summit High School with my mom. Because my mom's house in Lee Summit, I was supposed to go to Lee Summit High School, but the year before I left, they redrew it, so I went to Lee Summit North. And with that, only like 4 or 5 streets that went to Prairie View even went to Lee Summit North. like we went to Bernard Campbell Middle School. So like anybody that I was cool with left except for one. So like everybody gets, so it's like a fresh slate. So I go in, you know, to middle school and it's the same problem again. I still have a hothead, but now it's like restarting again because everybody else then had people that they'd had since elementary school.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
The same friends and
yeah,
everything.
same friends. Like, and you know, obviously you can get into friend groups. Like I was cool with people, but it was the same story as before. Like I started fitting in with kids who was like grew up in the same circumstances as me, whether that be people who was like disadvantaged economically or people who ain't had the best family life.
Right.
And so I started associating with them a little bit more. And so I kind of got pushed out of like normal circles for people like coming from Prairie View. And then COVID hit, and I think that was the biggest game changer in my life. Like COVID was the start of, like hindsight now is like this, the start of God really trying to bring me to him. But at the same time, it was like the worst portion of my life. And like, I think a lot of people would say that for COVID, but when COVID happened, I obviously we weren't going to school.
Right.
And with that, I wasn't just only like I had a schedule with my mom and my dad where I was at my mom's house 5 days, like minimum 4 to 5 days a week. And I'm with my dad 1 to 3 times a week. Well, with COVID, we started being 50-50. Like I would spend a week, 2 straight weeks at my dad's house, a week at my mom's house, a week, 2 straight weeks. And with that, going to my dad's house, all of a sudden now I'm outside. I'm outside in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm outside, like I'm 12 years old. I'm outside. I ain't got nothing better to do. And one day I'm outside, you know, down on my street, and you know, some guys come up and like we get to talking. It's like me and a couple of the neighborhood kids, we outside, and they're like, yo, like we about to go to the 7-Eleven, like you should come kick it with us. Like you seem like we had talked for like 30, 45 minutes. I'm like, bet, like I'm gonna come with y'all. Like my dad's, he's still working in the office. Like I'm just by myself.
Are they your same age? Are they older guys, or I didn't know if they were?
One of them was younger. 2 of them was older than me.
Okay.
Most everybody that I was gonna associate with was older than me.
Okay.
I was always like the youngest for the most part, except for like one kid. But you know, I end up going to the 7-Eleven, and it was like the start of it. Like, you know, they start pulling up a little bit more. Like we start chilling. You know, through that you start building more connections, and then soon enough, 2-3 weeks go by. Now I'm in cars. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm driving. Now I'm going to the hood. Like I'm in Ruskin. Like I'm hanging out. You know, being a 12, 13-year-old kid, you get introduced to a lot of different stuff.
Oh, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're really easy to be susceptible. And when you feel the love from them, and it's the community that I never had, I felt like it was a community. Like, I felt like, okay, like, these guys, like, we done all been in the same situation. Like, you know, like, the system's built against us. Or not like the system, but, like, the world built against me. Like, don't nobody really like me where I'm at. You know, they the same way. Like, don't nobody really like them on the outside. So it's like,
You can relate to these dudes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can relate. Like, we didn't, you know,
Yeah.
obviously though, being like one of the only white people out there, like,
Yeah.
you know, that's something. You know, I had to get over that. I remember a couple of times I got chased with bats and all that stuff. Like, most was just not going with it. But eventually, you know, you start to get entrenched in there. You start to get cool, but it starts to shape you.
Yeah.
Like, the innocence of me beforehand was just never really the same. Like, by the time I was by the time COVID was ending, I got, like, not COVID, but like that year 2020 was ending, like I got like really entrenched in there. I got introduced to weed, started smoke like every day. Like every day I'm smoking. Even going on later on, people that I was close with me don't, you know, like I'm hiding it because like I know my parents don't like it, and even people after I got out, like I just didn't want to. Like
So would you be smoking with like the group, and then would you ever go back to the house and like try to hide it from the parents type of thing?
Like when I go outside, I'd be smoking, but like other times it's like I'm gonna buy some and I'm just gonna keep it hidden, and then when they not around, or you know what I'm saying, like I go walk down, like, oh, I gotta go down to the gas station. You know what I'm saying? I'm smoking, like just stuff like that, because like my parents never, you know, were big on weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never wanted that, so I got introduced to just weed. I got introduced to never really any more type of drugs. Like I never really got into other type of drugs. That's one thing I stayed away from, was like I never did like no coke. I ain't do, meth. I ain't do nothing like that. Seeing junkies, that always kind of scare you. I'm like at the same time, like I'm acting like at the time I'm acting a lot older than I am, but I still am like 12, 13 at this point. Yeah. So I'm like, still young, bro, I'm not wanting to see Daryl here on the corner. He's tweaked out, spinning in circles with an umbrella. Like I'm like, I'm probably gonna stay away from the crack.
Right. Yeah.
But as it started going, like I never really was like affiliated by this point. Like I never was really like associated with groups. Like I've always I think it's one thing that still translates now. I'm able to be cool with a lot of people. Like once you get to know me, I'm cool with a lot of people. So I was able to make a lot of friends or like make a lot of like connections and be cool with like all sorts of different people. Once I started hanging out more in Ruskin, it started getting a little bit more. Like I was in like the 30s, I was in the 50s. Like I was like, wherever. Not probably good places for, a 13-year-old, but sure. I used to be sneaking out the house, like it's stuff that conversation I ain't had with my dad yet.
Right.
Like, sneaking out the house, just going to, smoke and stuff, but it was all pretty ordained. Like I just thought it was fun. And then that went on through 2020 and 2021 for the most part. In 2021 I had a friend of mine, Mari. He ended up passing away in a shooting. He wasn't super close to me, not as close as others, but like we had been associates, and he was my age at the time. He was 13, he got killed on Halloween, and seeing that's like, dang.
Oh, for sure.
Like that's when I realized like I was touchable in this stuff. Like he was not really like, sure he was off the porch, but like he wasn't like really trying to hurt nobody or nothing. He was just a kid.
Right.
Like, and so I was like, dang. But I still remember it like February 22nd, 2022. One of my close friends, like my older brother, is what I viewed him like what I view Jaden like now. My older brother, his name was D-Rob. We had been texting the night before, and he had texted me like, oh, I'm at this spot, I'm at this function with some friends. I'm like, I bet. He's like, you should pull up. I'm like, nah, I'm at my mom's. Like, I can't come out there. And he was like, I bet. I'll talk to you later. And later that night, like 2 a.m., I got a call from his cousin telling me that he had gotten shot, and he was on like life support.
Man, yeah.
And like in that moment, like so much in me broke.
Yeah, bro.
Like all the community problems, like me not having nobody brought back to the service, like, oh, this is the closest person to me. Anger, like all the anger that had been built up from everything was just unleashed. And like he ended up passing away like 2-3 months later. His mama had to pull the plug and everything, and so that, like, sorry, bro, that it's cool now, but like that, and then the same time that he passed away, another one of my friends was shot and killed. So like I lost 3 people now in like the past 6 months. Bro. Like I'm like, and they're closer to me, and it's like I'm 14. I'm like, bro, like everything snapped. Like when people say like they heart go cold or stone, like I like before that I didn't believe it. I thought it was like rap stuff or like stuff that you see, but like dead serious, like I just didn't have no more emotions. Like I was mad. I was mad at God. Like I'm like, God, like why? Like I'm not going to church or anything, but I'm like, God, ain't you supposed to be good? Like. Like, why ain't you, like, honestly, for a long time, I was like, I wish you would have took me more than D-Rod. Like, I wish I would have died. Like, I wish I would have been gone. Like, he was 19 at the time, and it's like, dang, like, stuff just happened so fast. Yeah. And so that's when it just started spiraling. Like, everything in my life spiraled. Like, I'm diving heavier into the streets. Like, I'm diving into, now I'm not just in cars. Now I'm toting guns. Like now I'm doing this. Like now I'm trying to go get payback. Like now I'm trying to go do this. Like now KCPD know my name. Right. Like, now I'm not just the white kid on the block. Now I'm like in this. Like still not claiming or claiming a set or like doing nothing like that. But like now like there's people I have problems with. Where that's some people in Independence that I have problems with. Mm-hmm. Or that's people on the 20s, like whatever that may be. Like now, like it's real.
This is when you're 14.
I'm 14. Man. I'm about to turn 15. Like I'm in this. Like this stuff is like real. And you know, I start pulling like I start, you know, robbing stuff. Like now I'm pulling like it started like cars, you know, I'm doing home stuff. Like I'm doing all this and that. I don't know how much, you know, I don't want to say because
Right.
you know, like, you know, they still get me.
For
But,
sure. Yeah.
you know, I start pulling stuff, but you know, I'm going on this cycle, and that's going through this whole summer. Like this whole summer, I'm like, I don't know. There's a song by PGF Nook called "Hot Summer." I used to blare that thing. And it was like, you know, like, I don't know. Like they say, once the summer comes, like you outside, and like I was outside. But I had a moment, and this was in September of 2022. This would have been my sophomore year. I had a situation go down where I ended up getting shot at, and I was real close to like passing away. Like there was bullets going past my head, and I like, in that moment, like I didn't know why I didn't die. Obviously,
Right.
like you hear the, like you think it's over.
Man.
At the time I didn't know it was God. At the time I didn't know it was God, but I'm sitting there, and I'm like, real life. I'm like, this got to change. This ain't supposed to be. This ain't where I'm supposed to be. Like this, like, I don't know what it is, but I ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
And so, you know, just kind of, I made a decision. I'm like, I'm gonna get out of this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how. Like I don't know how. Like I'm so deep in now. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know what the process looks like. Like I don't see people get, like, the only way I see people getting out is death, jail, or they rapping. And KC don't nobody make it out rapping. Only person that tried was Fat Tone. He did. So it's like that ain't it. Like I don't play sports. Like, you know, I ain't, shout out Rashad White. I ain't Rashad White. He a running back for the Buccaneers. He went to Central High School. But like I ain't these guys. And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And so I started capping my butt off. Like, you know, like it was waning. But in November, I told a bunch of the people that was closest to me, it's like, because they knew about my parents, I'm like, I gotta move full time with my mom's. Like, she taking full custody. Like, I'm not gonna stay with my dad no more. Because, like, you know, they still pulling up. They like, you know, this and that. They didn't know where my mom lived. And I don't really even know how it worked. And like, sometimes it still feels like it shouldn't have worked, but it worked. Like, I was able to like wane away from it. Like, you know, the more I wasn't there anymore, the more that people just stopped contacting me. And like, you know, whole time I'm in high school, I still don't really got nobody close to me. I had like few close friends. Like I'm cool with a lot of people, but like a lot of people ain't know me, because the people who live in Lee Summit don't know me. They don't know where I'm from. Like it's a different thing. Like most people in Lee Summit, like at least my high school is very, very mixed. Like it's a sports heavy high school. Like our football team was good. Like that's about it. But track team was cool, but like a lot of athletes. And so a lot of them would move from like different areas in the city, but like a lot of them were they moving from Raytown, or they moving from like even just Blue Springs and stuff like that. So it wasn't like there was a lot of overlap. Like there was a couple of people that had moved from Ruskin, like my boy Rel, he was from Ruskin too. So I'd known him for a long time. So again, I just felt alone after that. Like I didn't feel like I had anybody, but the problem is the second that I stepped away from that, I found the same exact circle at North of like the kids who did move from the city, and I bit myself back in with them. So it was like I got out of the hood just to make myself look hood again. And I got this reputation. My grades was tanking. I had like a 1.4 GPA at the time. Like I wasn't doing anything productive with my life. Like I'm smoking, I'm literally going to school to just like, I don't even talk to girls, basically, is what I'm doing. And it ain't even working. Like that wasn't converting to nothing. Like that was, like I was just going to school just to mean mug, walk around in a Nike Tech, and, you know, just have my fun. And it wasn't a fun life. Like it wasn't a fun life. Like on the surface, it could look fun. It'd be like, oh, like, you know, he look like he nonchalant. He don't care. Like he hanging out with this and that or that. But on the inside, I'm like, you know, like this, like I just feel alone. Like I feel alone. And as my grades was tanking, I remember I had a night where it was like me and my mom had walked in on me I was like trying to attempt to kill myself, and there was like 3 or 4 times I tried to do it, and it wasn't working. Like I didn't want to be here anymore. Like I thought, and like I had thought like in the time as well between D-Rod's passing and others, I had lost like 2 other, like I had lost like 5-6 friends by the time I was 15 to gun violence. So I was like, ain't nobody here. I'm by myself. Nobody knows me. Like I felt like I was living this double life. Like I felt like on the inside, I'm a completely hurt, broken person who has like no form of community, no form of mentorship, no role models, no anything. And on the outside, it looks like I'm this kid who is like really just this white boy who at North, a lot of people were like, oh, he's just trying to fit in with certain cultures. Like he's just trying to make himself black. And like that, like I've never in my life, like I know I'm white. Like that's one thing I know. Like I'm just a product of what I saw. Like, and that ain't even the right culture of what that truly is. Like I just like adapted to that, and I adapted to a person that I didn't even know anymore. Like I didn't know what that person was. And like I felt like I was in a cycle of loss. Like I felt like I was in a cycle of like every time I felt like I was here, like I felt like it would either be community, it'd feel status, it'd be this, and it would all get taken away.
Man, yeah.
It would all get taken away over and over. It felt like I had to get humbled by I didn't even know what. Like I wasn't like believing in God or nothing. Like I was just off on my own. And so going into my junior year, I was in this situation with a girl at the time. And me and her had gone back and forth. I had problems with her boyfriend and all this and that, and it just wasn't good. But I started kind of talking to her again and whatnot. It was just a stupid situation. And we had an ending that wasn't great. Like I was hurt. And I ended up being in this, my 2 friends from broadcasting, shout out my boys Daniel and Nick. They ended up having a conversation with me, and they're like, you're not okay, and like we don't want to see you be not okay, like talk to us. And like I was breaking down about all this, like everything, like they didn't know. And so I'm breaking down, and my friend Nick, he goes, and my friend Daniel, they go, well, they have this new thing called Sanctuary at North, and they're like, we see you wear this cross chain. Like I had a cross chain at the time. Like they see you got this, like do you believe? And like I said yes. Like, you know, like I did believe. Like when I said I wasn't believing, like I just wasn't thinking about it. I wasn't praying nothing about it. Right. I was just being stagnant. I hadn't been to church in who knows how long. Like I actively disliked going. Like I was like one of them people that sit in the back, and like I'm like, gosh dang, can we sing another song? Good night. Right, like, we got 15 songs in. We're 30 minutes into this. Yeah. You know, I didn't even know the lyrics. Like, you know, I'm like sitting there, like I'm fiddling with the note card in the back, like writing stuff, because like I want to be out of there. But they're like, you should come to Sanctuary. And so I came, and you know, I remember the first time it was a Tuesday. It was just like February. I'm sitting there, we in the back, and the guy named Damian Cooper, he was the football team chaplain. He was one of the leaders. He was also a girls' assistant soccer coach, and I'd seen him. I never talked to him, but he starts preaching, and I don't even remember what the message was about. No, I couldn't tell you. But I remember a peace coming over me. I remember a love, and I remember like feeling like this is what I was missing. Like I felt like seen for the first time in my life being in there. And he had talked about like giving your life and everything, but he didn't do no altar call or anything there. And you know, I started taking it a little bit more seriously. I definitely was half-hearted for sure. Or lukewarm. I wouldn't say half-hearted. Yeah. Lukewarm. Like I wanted to grow, but like still being in bad circles, still being in, you know, to distill it a little bit more, like being in not just that, just surrounding myself with not just circles, but whether that's talk, music, thought processes, mindset. Like I just wasn't in a spot where I was going to grow very well. And so breaking it all down, was still in this situation with this girl and her man. I just wanted to fight this dude for no reason. Like I really just wanted to fight this guy. Like I had just been itching to fight for like 2 years. Like I hadn't been in a fight, so I got out the streets. I was just waiting to fight somebody. Like I was like on my hand. I'm like, bro, who could I jump? Like that's not gonna work. But I've been going to Sanctuary for like 2-3 weeks at this time, and end up being with my friend Nick at the time. We go out, we smoked and everything, and we were doing broadcasting stuff. Had to get some B-roll for this track story we were doing, and anyway, we're coming back from his house. I'll fall asleep. He had told me about his youth group. I don't even remember for sure if I agreed to go or not. I don't feel like I did. I definitely don't feel like I did because I felt guilty about being high. I just didn't feel like I really would probably agree to walk into And so I'm sitting there, I'm just like this. I wake up and we're getting off the highway. And I'll turn to him, I'm like, oh, where are we going? Because it's not my house. And he's like, oh, we going to my youth group. It's called 401. I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, all right. So we get in there, I meet Trey, for better or for worse. No, I'm trolling. For better. Trey Betts, that's like my spiritual father, and he ended up preaching a message about forgiveness that night, and I came out of that, and I don't know, I felt set free. And that was like the first time I felt set free. Like that's the first time I like truly think I remember feeling like the true presence, like everything. Like I was crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I feel all this. And anyway, what's crazy is the next Friday at Sanctuary, they had signups come up for baptisms at like to give your life, and then they had baptisms. I gave my life and I signed up for baptisms through Sanctuary, and in April of that year, is April 2024, I got baptized by Coach Coop, and after that, like still had my struggles. I got super tight with a lot of my close friends through that. I found a lot of community, and then in the summertime, like I got really close with Trey. He helped push me a lot, and then went to youth camp. I think that's where a lot of spiritual stuff set in. And after that, man, I've been on a run ever since. Started dropping music, which, by the way, I'm going to plug myself. Go look up NR on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever. Boulevards. Boulevard, Forever Change, Let Me In, whatever. And to people who already know me, I know I don't drop consistently. That's going to change. I promise it's going to change.
Come on.
Consistency is key.
But after all that, like, got locked in. Like, not saying there ain't been no bumps in the road. Like, I still feel like the main thing that I've been struggling with is that cycle of losing things again and again. Like, I've been in multiple situations where it's like, whether it's my own fault or not, like, the people that are closest to me keep going. And it's like, that's one thing that I definitely, still go to God about. But it's like, people that are like the closest to me keep going. And like, I know that the Lord's got a purpose for that.
Yeah.
But that's a time will tell type of situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my testimony how I got here.
Amazing.
So that's why I'm sitting in this chair right now, set free by the blood.
Come on, let's go, bro.
Nothing but the blood of Jesus.
Come on.
I
It's
can't
amazing,
sing,
bro. I love it.
I can't sing.
You can rap though.
I can rap. That's why I rap. Okay, if God gave me some singing powers, I'd have been Chris Brown out here. So he lucky he didn't give me them.
I love it, bro. So I guess so I know when you said you came to the 401 for the first time, you obviously the message was about forgiveness. Was it mainly about forgiving someone in particularly, or is it, I guess maybe obviously you said you felt set free after that. Is there something like specific that kind of happened that night to I guess unfold that?
Yeah, I think it was about forgiving whatever that was like holding you captive. Like, I know for sure he was talking about situations, he was talking about people in your life, and I think a few of the I think the main at that time was that girl's boyfriend. I was like,
Right.
I'm so pissed at him, and I
Yeah.
think that was a catalyst for so much in my life that when I forgave him, it unraveled everything in my life to the point that I was able to surrender that. And so
Yeah.
I think that's what led that, because I think I still do think I put a lot of extra emotions into things and wrap different problems of mine into people, and then that causes, whenever I'm able to deal with that it brings away, it highlights what truly is the problem. Like for me, there, like that forgiveness thing, when I forgave the old dude, it's like, okay, now you've got to forgive both yourself and your parents for being here. Like more specifically my dad, which I do have actually a good relationship with him now,
Good.
which is
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
I didn't say that, but yeah.
Yeah. Love it, brother. I love
Yeah.
it, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I guess what would you say? Who is Jesus to you?
Bro, Jesus is, I know it's an initiative, but like Jesus is really everything. Like Jesus is really, like, I don't know if y'all can see this. Hold on. Jesus is, it says over everything, but just like imagine it said is. Jesus is like everything. I think for me, he's like a father. He's both a father and a friend. And he's like, but not specifically like a friend where some people would be like, oh, I can talk to him. Like he's like a friend where it's like, if nobody else know me, he know me. If nobody else want to talk to me, or if nobody else love me, he love me. And that's like something, especially right now, that I got to be reminded of like he does love me in both the way of like he a father and want what's best for me, but he also is like, you know what I'm saying, he wants what's best for me, both Jesus and God. But as Jesus is a friend, he's like, he want me to come to him and have a relation with him. Like he's somebody who doesn't have the wrong interest of mind for me. So it's not like he died on the cross so that I could like suffer in life. Well, obviously as a Christian, there's certain things we suffer from. Like it's, not easy, but it's like he don't want me to just feel like it's all his fault for every single thing that's going on in my life, because that's not the truth. So
It's powerful, bro.
yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you was able to see your younger self, what would be the one thing that you would tell them throughout everything that they went through?
That's good.
What would be the one thing you would tell your younger self?
That's a good question. I think one thing is that just because you and everything around you has it hard, don't mean that it ain't gonna get greener. I think it's so easy to get into a mindset where you think that my life has gone this way, so it's gonna stay this way. My past has said this, the people before me who've been in the same position have done this, and I think specifically for where I am is like, I didn't think that I was gonna live to see my age right now. Like the way that I was moving and the way that I was acting, the way that I was talking and how disrespectful I was, I thought I was going to die before I was 18 years old. Like I did not think I would get to see, I didn't think I was going to graduate. I didn't see this. And that was because of what I had seen around me. But I'm here because of God. I'm here because He has set me on a purpose. And just because you haven't seen your purpose yet doesn't mean that it's not here. And just because you've been in a situation where you feel like there's no way out doesn't mean that He can't set you free, because He set so many, there's so many examples in the Bible where people have been set free, not just from prison, but from shackles, from anything, from any and everything. And so He can set you free from whatever, no matter how lost you may be, no matter how tough the situation may look, no matter how difficult you can't even see how you get out. I couldn't see how I was going to get out, and I got out and I didn't even know it was God. So the fact that you know it's God, He going to lead you there. So that would be my message to my younger self.
That's powerful, bro. That's good. Yeah, Jay, you got any other question? You guys, that was a good one. That was a good, deep question, man. That was
Top
good.
5 question.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, that's good.
I don't know. I was gonna ask, like, what's one thing you would tell to people who are going through the same thing? I mean, you kind of already said it.
kind of just with that question itself, you know, yeah, answered it good, bro.
Kind of one of those things like it's not too late.
Yeah.
You know?
I also would say pick up that Bible, don't pick up that Switch. I know it's real easy. Sometimes it feel like the Switch is more accessible than the Bibles nowadays. Man, it feel easier to get one of them in the streets than it is to get a Bible, man. Especially when the pastors ain't even preaching or ain't even living what they preaching.
It's true. It's true.
That's good, bro.
We used to have a couple Baptist churches around the road. Them boys wasn't doing nothing.
Look at that Bible, twin.
Over that Bible twin.
Well, I love it, brother. Well, man, that's powerful. Powerful testimony. Yeah, that's amazing, bro. So many things. I had no idea. That's powerful. That's amazing, bro.
Appreciate I could tell it to you and
Blessings,
whoever else
man.
is listening, man.
No, that's powerful, bro. I guess, yeah, one more question would probably be if you had, it's kind of maybe kind of the same basis, but if it's like, if you had I guess one message for everybody out there, what would it be?
Ooh.
Say it's like on your dying day, you know what I'm saying?
my
One last
dying
message, you know what I'm
days.
saying? Something,
My-
whatever.
Or even more dead end on people who are in the same boat.
Okay, so like if I'm dying, I'm talking to a 14-year-old who just jumped off the porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even people who are
In that
our
boat.
age.
Or yeah, or even where you're at
Yeah.
now, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe overcome or
Okay.
yeah, whatever. Honestly,
I
it's a
think-
message for all folks, but
I think a message. Ooh, boy, y'all asking me some questions I gotta think on. Boy, these are strictly some fire questions. I think the most important thing that I would tell people is you got to run your race, but don't run your race at the speed of other people around you. Don't get into a spot where you think that just because somebody else has gone farther in their faith than you in different areas mean that you ain't gone, like that you're not going farther in your area. Just because they may be, you know, like I like if you see somebody like per se these two great guys who host this podcast, if you thinking, oh, I want to host a podcast, and like, oh wow, they already did that, and I've known them, and I'm at the same spot. They just running their race at their speed. You ain't know what God got coming for you. There's a reason it's like they could be running a 100-meter dash for them, but you could be running a 1600 meter. It's gonna take a lot longer. Like I think patience is, I guess a better way to say it, patience. Like patience is so key. Like be patient in everything and do it on God's time and don't do it on your timing, because your timing ain't gonna do nothing but fail you.
that's
I
good.
think even not even just on God's time, like if you ain't even know God, like your way ain't gonna work. Like I ain't never seen somebody try to go do some outrageous that don't nobody else think it, like, you know what I'm saying, like on their time and it worked. It don't work. When you try to force something is where you do something wrong.
That's good, bro.
That's what I say.
I love it, man.
I had
That's
to I had
fire, bro.
to formulate that, man. I had to distill that a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
God, distill it, you know.
Distill it. You hear me?
Powerful, bro. I appreciate you hopping on, man, and letting us
course.
know and hear your testimony, brother. Clearly, God has been working through you, man. It's powerful to see. It's so cool to hear the amazing testimony you got, man. So, like I said, it's so cool too to imagine like what your testimony is gonna be like in 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like that's what the cool thing about testimonies, you know,
yeah.
is that they're always so powerful now, but you know what I mean. We never know where we're gonna be up, you know, and where we're gonna end up. So it's powerful, man. But I love it.
Can I say one last thing?
Go ahead, big dog. Yeah.
Bro, I was just thinking this. Hey, make sure y'all tell y'all testimonies. Just because you think it ain't nothing, it's something to somebody. Somebody going through the same thing that y'all was going through too. Matter of fact, this is what I say on my deathbed. Spread the word through your testimony, because that's the best thing you got. Okay? Because you wasn't there when the scriptures was there. They ain't had the Bible, okay? So how was they living? Was they telling people back in the Bible, oh, go flip to John 14? They wasn't saying that. They had to show it with their actions and their faith, okay? So when you got, what's your actions and your faith is your testimony. So go tell your testimony, please. Because y'all can have just as much impact as any one of these preachers that you see sharing their testimonies. Y'all had the same impact. And y'all ain't need to impact 15 million people. Y'all can impact the 2 people that you know. You see Jose down there at the store or Betty down there at the park, and you ain't even know. You share their testimony, and now all of a sudden they saved. So share your testimony.
Fire. That's true, man. There's power in testimonies,
I just
man. Yeah.
wanna say that.
That's good. I'm glad you said it because
I
it's
wanna say
so
that.
true, bro. So true. Well, I love it, brother. We got anything else to say at all, man? Any other last closing statements other than that?
Go Bills. That's how
And we
I
gotta
finish
cut that part out.
I want to finish that. Now y'all gotta leave that in. That's part of my contract. That's got to be in here.
I love
Go
it. No,
Bills.
you're good. Yeah, we'll keep that
Go
in, I
Bills.
guess.
Go Bills.
But cool, bro. Well, do you mind praying us out, bro?
Oh, yeah,
You can
for
pray us
sure.
out, and then yeah, we'll end the video, bro.
For sure.
All right, big dog.
Lord, thank you for today. Lord, thank you for just the ability for me to spread your love and your message through me, God. And thank you for these two, and both Austin and Jaden, for all that they do, and for the fact that they have stepped out in faith and gone with what you have told them to do and do this, Lord. I thank you that you've helped them build a platform to spread your love and your light. And Lord, I pray that as this podcast continues, as our days continue, as this week, this month, or however long we have left on this earth is before, that we will go forth and preach your word and your love, and we will be living testimonies to what your work has done in our lives.
Yeah.
Lord, I pray this all in your mighty Son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Love it, brother. Well, appreciate you,
Of
big dog,
course,
hopping on,
bro.
man. That was beautiful.
Had to.
Beautiful
Had to.
testimony, man. And yeah, we appreciate you hopping on. But yeah, this is Tyson. This is Tyson's testimony. Yeah, go subscribe or go look at the man's
subscribe.
music. You know, got some good songs, man. Some drip to him. So,
Appreciate
but yeah, appreciate you hopping on, bro. And
Of course,
then,
anytime, man.
yes, sir. And then we'll get to I guess the next video sometime. Eventually, we gotta evangelize again soon. You know, we've been slacking a little bit, but we gotta get back out there. You know, spread the good news. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's the end of the video. So we will see you guys on the next one.